So whether you are a songwriter, beatmaker, singer, rapper, or producer, one thing is guaranteed: inspiration never sends a calendar invite. It can hit you while you are commuting, lying in bed, walking down the street, or in the middle of another project. And when that moment comes, you need a fast and reliable way to capture it before it's gone. Otherwise, it will be lost. Now, most people reach for their phone recorders, and honestly, there is nothing wrong with that. It's convenient, it's always with you, and it's great for quickly humming a melody and recording a lyrical idea. But if you are serious about turning those ideas into an actual song, sooner or later you'll need something more professional. That's why I recommend Reaper. And by the way, this video is not even sponsored. I recommend Reaper to anyone who hasn't yet settled for any DAW. The biggest advantage with the Reaper is that it doesn't overwhelm beginners. Unlike some softwares that throw hundreds of buttons and windows at you the moment you open it, Reaper lets you get started almost immediately. It just a few minutes you can just create a project, arm a track, hit record, and start capturing your ideas. And that's exactly what beginner needs, not endless tutorials before making music, but a tool that gets you out of the way and lets you creatively flow. Another reason why I recommend Reaper is because its affordability. Reaper is one of the most reasonable priced professional DAWs on the market, and even before purchasing a license, it offers a generous evaluation period that lets you learn and work with the software legally. That makes it perfect for artists who are still building their careers and don't want to spend a fortune before they even release their first project. Performance is another area where Reaper shines. You don't need an expensive gaming PC or a top-tier MacBook to run it. Reaper is incredibly lightweight and optimized, meaning it performs smoothly even on older or lower spec machines. So instead of worrying about CPU overloads and lag, you can focus on what actually matters, making that music. One feature that doesn't really get talked about enough is its flexible audio routing. You see, many DAWs assume you are using a dedicated audio interface sound card for everything, but Reaper gives you far more freedom. You can often configure different input-output devices separately, making it easier to work with simple setups when you are just recording ideas. For creators who are starting on a tight budget, that flexibility can make a huge difference. Let's talk about compatibility now. Whether you are using Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, Reaper has you covered. Very few professional DAWs support all three major operating systems, which means if you ever switch computers or operating systems, you are not forced to learn an entirely new workflow. You understand that? Then there's the development team behind it. Reaper receives frequent updates, bug fixes, performance improvements, and new features. Even better, these updates continue throughout the life cycle of your license, giving you tremendous value for your money, compared to software that constantly pushes paid upgrades. At the end of the day, your first DAW shouldn't be one with the most flashy marketing. It should be the one that helps you create, learn, and grow without draining your wallet or slowing down your computer. That's exactly why Reaper remains one of the best choices for beginners and professionals alike. It is affordable, it is lightweight, it is powerful, it is flexible, beginner friendly, and available on almost every major operating system. If your goal is to spend less time fighting software and more time making music, Reaper is probably the smartest place to start.